Alright, live on YouTube. Here we go. Press the other button. Alright, YouTube. Good morning, folks. Here we are. I'm dropping the tune. Chris was here, and we've got a few people already here, so let's get going. Good morning, everybody. And good morning, Jerry. Good morning. That's right, JT. JT is another one of our friends from another Discord channel where we hang out. Hey, JT.
G'day, mate. How is everyone?
All good, all good. You ever planning to? Actually, you're planning to come over next year in the Citizen Con, aren't you?
To where?
They're going to do a Citizen Con over here in Thailand, aren't they, or something? Or is it a bar? Or is it a bar Citizen we're going to be doing over here?
We're hoping, or I'm hoping next year it's going to be in the UK. The Citizen Con.
I know. Jen was trying to organise some sort of bar Citizen over here when he's over here.
Well, it'll either be UK or it'll be Germany, I would imagine. But yeah, it's huge across the world, isn't it? So
it is. Making sure everything's working there. Good. All right, Jim Collis has joined us. Hey, Jim, how you doing? That's right. That's it. Unfortunately, unlike Twitch, which has a 3 or 4 second delay, we have a 30-second delay on YouTube. That's why gamers don't like YouTube as much, because of the delay factors. But so we had an interesting week politically. We'll try to keep the political discourse to a minimum. But yeah, it's just I thought we had a democracy here in Thailand. Isn't a democracy
of 250?
The democracy, got sort of 69 million people here. 45 million of them can vote, right? And sort of 2/3 of them said we don't want the existing government. We want a new government. No, the senators, don't want that shit. That's it. I think it's all about the paychecks, but it's got nothing to do with politics anymore. It's got to do with the paychecks, I'm sure. But anyway, that was the fun and games we've had here in Thailand. The thing is, I'm looking at the exchange rates. So the Australian dollar dropped over the last 24 hours. All the secondary currencies all dropped, but China and America stayed stable. Oh, China, America, and Russia stayed stable. That's weird. That's a weird scenario. Why would the 3 primary currencies stay stable and all the secondary currencies, the floating currencies bounce around, like drop 5 points, Malcolm K, good morning. How you doing? So who's an expert on the financial markets?
I'm not an economist. I have no idea. As long as I get my little pension check, I'm happy. Yeah. And of course, the other thing coming out of Australia, this one section of the Australian Parliament or government's trying to push for the fact that they've been trying to get rid of pensions forever, right? Because they've got no money to pay them, but now they want pensioners at a certain level to be on a 45% tax bracket.
Wow.
What?
They won't get that in.
Well, that's the thing. We got a population. Half of Australia is asleep. Right? They don't know what the fuck's going on. As long as they can have their Sunday barbie, that's it. They don't care about anything else. Anyway, hi Jerry. Tried Oscar's spaghetti at your recommendation, Soy 11. So good. Oscar's. What's so good about that one, Jerry? Tell us about Oscar's.
Well, Chris took me to Oscar's a few weeks ago, and I tried their spaghetti with Wagyu meatballs, and it was dynamite. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, I was surprised. It's going to be on a video down the road. I just made the video. And
did you? Okay.
Really, really excellent.
But spaghetti bolognese and any derivation is actually supposed to be primarily based on pork. Why are they putting beef in it?
Well, these were beef meatballs, not bolognese. A marinara sauce with beef meatballs. Excellent. I'm Italian, man.
Yeah, that's all right. You haven't had my bolognese, mate. You have to come round for my bolognese sauce.
Where's the invite?
Oh, I've only got I've got one serving in the freezer for I think probably tonight. Depends on when Chanya wants to eat it. So Mum and Chanya just love my bolognese. They just That's why I'm still here. They love my bolognese. Come on.
They are
could be a reason.
Italian, not Italian.
It's got nothing to do with a relationship or marriage or anything else. It's got to do with my bolognese. But yeah,
Doesn't matter what keeps you there as long as you stay there.
yeah, it's all about staying here. But outside that, I've got a video I've got to release. I've got to do the train one today. It's already up. I think Todd probably seen the train one. No, you
no,
didn't. You slacker. Did I not put it up on the?
I've been unpacking.
Ah,
mate.
yeah. Yes.
You're lucky I'm on
In
today.
when the society collapses, I'll be a king because I can build steam engines.
Nah.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You've got to prepare for the inevitable downfall of society.
They've been predicting that for 2,000 years, so let them keep predicting.
It's definitely not the world I grew up in, that's for certain.
Marky Mark's joined us.
Marky Mark's joined us.
Yeah, well.
Oh, there we are. There we G'day, Mark. How you doing?
I didn't think he was going to pop on. He told me he was going to go gardening.
So the next meetup we've got is what? Looking for my calendar again. Where's my calendar?
A week away.
The 4th of July, 4th of August, 4th of July. No, 4th of August is the next one. You be here for the next one, will you, Malcolm? I'll wait for him to answer that one, of course. Oh, Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah. You got that delay.
But aside from that, so today we're going to do Star Citizen. When we finish this hour session, we're going to jump into Star Citizen and play some city buggers. I want to get next tier level on Hurst, and then probably go out to Microtech and level up there. I will make it. Probably bring my girlfriend. Good on you, buddy. More women on the soy of the non-working type will be good. But yeah. So what's everybody been doing the last week?
I moved.
Oh, apart from
I
you, we
moved.
know what you did.
Yeah.
I'll be there for it. Chris said he'll be there for Christmas, right? So we've got Christmas coming up. She plans to handcuff me on the arrival.
Whoa. Let's not be talking about Christmas yet. Let's get through July and August first, huh?
Yeah, I've got. I should be receiving something in the mail in the next 14 days for my health insurance, reminding me I have to pay that before they'll let me stay in the country. I wonder what they're going to charge me this year.
What company are you using?
Let me get it in my drawer. Oh, don't ask me to look for fucking paperwork.
You might know that just outright. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, look. I don't use it. I self-insure. That's just to get that's to get my policy. And
Talking about that, Marky Mark got his visa this week. It got renewed and everything. So
oh, they let him in, did they?
Yeah.
Another 12 months of putting up. Oh, sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
We've got to get him a gaming rig. That's what we've got to get him a gaming rig. We have to get Mark into gaming.
Well, Mark, unfortunately, they're chatting with
Well,
him
I've
this
seen him on
morning.
those things he drives for the railways. You know, he'd be great
Yeah.
at fucking Starship Captain.
He's still working. That's the whole thing. He's the faux retired. Like,
Yeah, the Forks retire. Yeah.
yeah,
How to retire and to make money again. Yes.
yeah.
They did it with me. They did it with my father. I didn't play the game. That's all. My father did for 5 years. I didn't. I should have. I probably should have played the game. I just had my nose at a joint. Nothing worse than working for 15 years for a company, and then after 15 years they say, "Well, we don't really know what you did, Warren." It was just so far out there. Yeah. Okay. Enough of my problems.
Okay, what do I said? What's everybody else been doing? Was down to the wire renewed on the 12 visa expired on the 14th.
Yeah.
Sounds like Vance. Remember Vance was stuck in South America there and trying to get back to Thailand. He had 4 days or something to get back before he'd lose his visa.
No.
That was COVID times 2 years ago. He was trying to get back in the country and last flight into the country, and he had like 2 days left or something like that. But it was weird.
Living on the edge.
Living on the edge. Well, it wasn't his fault. He went to He went to Texas or something, and he was going to go down to Colombia to meet somebody. Right? They closed Texas airport or something, and then he managed to get into. No, that's right. His flight out to Colombia was cancelled because of COVID. So he got stuck in Texas for 9 months or something.
He was in Houston
Yeah.
for 9 months.
Yeah.
He played board games with his buddy for 9 months straight and drank beer.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it. Exciting life. Can you do gaming effectively in Thailand by the hotspotting your PC off a mobile instead of a home internet plan?
Yes, because I did that when I first came down to Bangchang.
Yeah, if you've got a 5G, it'll be better, and you've got 5G service. But that's, I think, only AIS and True are only just rolling out their 5G service now, but AIS has 5G. But 4G is okay for streaming. You might be limited to 720p. Jen's got Starlink, and in Starlink, you got a bit better bandwidth downwards, and then okay, JT, what's the upbound on Starlink? What, 50 kilobits per second or something?
I don't know, but it's pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely streamable, but it's better than. I suppose better than 5G because you only got to point at the sky. Whereas 5G, you only got to have a tree in the way and it'll be a problem.
Yeah, or a flock of pelicans.
Yeah, flock of pelicans. Unless, of course, you're sitting under the tower. I don't know what's the effective range of 5G? 1 kilometre? Something like that.
I know.
Yeah, it's through walls.
Without degradation.
Yeah, it's only about 1 kilometre through walls. Open line of sight, I think it's 3 or 4 kilometres, but I'd have to look up those specs now. They keep on changing the specs every 2 years. But yeah, so 5G will work. 4G you can get away with at 720p, but yeah, definitely look at Starlink if you can get your hands on it. It's a viable option for people. Okay, moving right along. It's all right, I got a burp coming up. That coffee. Excuse me. That's better. Get it out. Okay. AIS is only 4G in Bangchang. Okay, it's interesting to know. But look, I've done live streams from to YouTube from 4G with, in the middle of the city, on congested bandwidth and had no problem, But it's not as clean as a gaming, It doesn't matter if you pixelate in a live stream a little bit, but gaming that upsets your viewers. But aside from that. Come on, everybody was very chatty. What's going on? Cat got your tongue.
I'm tired. No, I'm not. I don't want to be.
Did you actually sleep? Did you actually sleep on Thursday night? Because the 2:30 a.m. they got there. Was that when they unpacked? They finished unpacking.
They finally finished unpacking at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got stuff that I just took out of the truck because I was getting frustrated, I just took it out of the truck and put it in the front carport. By the time I got that inside, upstairs, shower, in bed, it was about 3:30, and I was up again at 5. And,
Yeah.
And then went out last night with Marky Mark to have a couple of quiet drinks. I'm thinking, okay, if I have a couple of quiet drinks, it might relax me and I'll get some sleep. But got about 2 hours again last night, and I think it'll just come to a point where it'll be, okay, the body's just going to say, enough's enough. I'm going to sleep for more than 2 hours. And I'll feel a shitload better.
Yeah.
Well, when that happens, remember the feeling so it comes again.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. If I just pass out on the couch, I won't remember how I just passed out on the couch to replicate it next time.
Damn.
Todd hates me the way I can just fucking close my eyes and fall asleep. You know?
Oh yeah. Most people can do that. I've got mates that can just sit on the couch and 2 minutes later the head's down and they've gone to no land. But
he's got this couch in his house, and it is like, seriously, it is just, oh my god. Oh, I could sleep here for
that reason.
I could sleep here for a year. Oh my god. I did. I sat down while they were doing the packing. I almost dozed off in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost. A little bit of distraction going on, but yeah. A new pool shark in Bangkok. A new pool. Okay,
me.
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
Last night.
Pool shark. Oh, I'm just off the wrong. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. The sports bar that we popped into. The owner, Mon, she's a very good pool player, and she got a little bit narky because it was 3-1 in my neck of the woods when she had to go back to the bar. Didn't speak to me for like 10 minutes, but she was all right.
In all my trips backwards and forwards, when I was, commuting here for, the office, I got quite good at the pool game, but I couldn't point a stick at a fucking ball now and hit it, with my eyesight. Well, I suppose I can play with glasses. I can play with glasses on, but yeah.
I got lucky, I think.
We had a half-size table at home, for when I was growing up. I was quite good at it. We always had weekends of pool and pool. Swimming and playing pool. But those are the old days, the 70s. Oh my God. Getting more and more thoughts of, what life was back like then, when you look at what's life's like now. Oh my God. Can we just roll back the time machine?
The 70s.
Wow. It was when life was carefree and, you could do anything, nobody gave a shit. You could point sticks at people and they wouldn't get offended. And, all your best mates were cunts. You can't say that now. That's the way life has gone. Hey. Robert, morning. It's Todd. Who teamed up with to beat the owner? Yes, okay. Apparently they say they don't play pool in the bar with the girl for money. Okay, yes. Or unless, of course, you're trying to get her to bed, Chanya plays a good half-decent, or used to play a half-decent stick as well. But, we just haven't been in a pool table in years. Even with Susie's one. And Jen Desperate became a member. Oh, that's right. He's just resubscribed for another. Good on you. Good on you, Jen. Just realised he hadn't done it, probably. G'day all. We're just hanging out here. I've stolen one of your groupies. JT, say hello to Jen.
G'day, Jen. How you doing?
You'll bounce in here in a minute, then we'll go and bounce over there when we're finished. If you didn't work that out with Discord, there are a number of different coffee shops we have here. Like, this is my coffee shop. Jen's got his own coffee shop. He's got his own pub. You got to bring your own beer. We drink coffee here. He drinks beer in there. So, what do you drink in your room, JT?
Anything that's going.
Shots. You're a shot. He's a shot man, is he? So Jen Desperado's doing what? What's his 5-star citizens will be going live on Kick at around 4 p.m. Finish about 59, clearing stuff. Okay, we're back. Okay, we might go straight to Kick then, won't we? If he's going to be on Kick this afternoon. Okay. How are we today? Well, we're doing all right. What else can we say? Because I'm just trying to think. What got to roll back? What we've got to cover all that. You're running late, Jen. Mind you, seems to be a sort of an awfully slow session today. Getting ready for our move. Yeah, Todd's just done that. He's now down in Bangchang, setting him. He doesn't got his computer. He's on his laptop, but he'll get his stuff set up today. I'll join. Yeah, well, go on, jump in. Cleaning out the garage. Yeah, when I did my move, my cleaning out the garage, I just said my next door neighbour, Max, like he's, like 70-year-old Italian, Max, he'd been there, for forever and a day, like for 20 years. He's always borrowing my tools. Now, he had a full tool workshop of tools, right? But he always liked my tools. I had the little special tools because I'm, engineering and everything else. I had little special tools, and I had the lathe and the mill and, and all that other stuff, and the vertical drill press. And he's always over there. When we come to move, I just said, look, it's going to cost me so much money to get rid of this crap, Max. Take what you want. 3 days later, it's all gone. The whole garage has moved. He took everything. It was funny. Welcome to the Cledic. There's a little weird button. I don't even know what the ecosystem of YouTube is. These little buttons coming up now. Weird. What does that button do? Yeah, so I know Chris is a member, but what welcome to the Cleric. He upgraded his thing to Cleric, did he? Okay. I'm trying to learn Twitch, right, and Kick at the moment. All the ins and outs of those two platforms, and then YouTube's just going this. What path is they taking now? Oh, yeah, I've just given up trying to play the game. I'm just going to make videos and talk shit. Maybe we'll go somewhere with that crap. Yeah, I put 2 videos up on TikTok, I think, this week, just to get 2 videos up.
Yeah. I don't even have a TikTok account. I'm hopeless. I can use Discord and I can play video games that the high level stuff. But you asked me what happens with TikTok or Twitch or whatever. I got no idea. I got no idea. I'm a troglodyte when it comes to that stuff.
Well, was it we got Chris, Superman Chris. He's on TikTok and he's got a big following now. Let me quickly just give you a snapshot. TIK TikTok. There it is there, TikTok. Bring that over to this screen here. But oh, fuck off with the fucking autoplay bullshit. No, get out. I've got
yes,
autoplay.
Jen, I am. I have. Jen's called me.
Autoplay is disabled for that site. Don't go away. No, block. Jesus. Now, okay, I want to go to my account. Sorry about that. Right, okay, tie it together. I hate TikTok as well. But he's got, he started doing 6 months ago.
No.
He got 13.9K followers now. But he's getting some, some interesting 512K on that one video there. Long-term visa status. By the way, this is one of our mates, if you hadn't worked out. And he's over here on the elite visa. So he's spent the last 4.5 or 4 years here on elite visa, and he gets to renew that this year or next year. But he was getting bored, so he started TikTok, and he's having fun with it. So I just said, I'm not able to join the crowd.
Ah.
Yeah, so I got 2 videos up there. I got 124 views on that one, 147 views on that one. There you go. Yeah, I'm a TikToker now. Great shit.
Or as Robert Groves says, a tic-tacker.
A tic-tacker. Yeah, I'm a tic-tacker. I used to love tic-tacs too. You can't get them over here.
Yeah.
You got holes. Holes are about the closest thing, isn't it?
I know. I haven't got into the Thai Kanom dessert sweets or whatever that row of stuff yet. It's getting my head around things that look green or purple or red. Are a bit weird.
This one I have to freely admit, you know, that in the sweet aisle in 7-Eleven, there's all these Thai, candies. They're usually sugar coated. They look like brown balls of crap, and there's all these different. And you're going, I'm not even game to try that shit. I can see that just going through me like a Bondi tram. Some of the Thai fruit I've tried. Dragon fruit's okay. I think it's a bit bland. The fruit that we shall not name, well, I could eat it, but I'd prefer not to be, hanging out for it when it's out of season. So I won't eat it out of principle. Durian, of course. We're talking about durian. Yeah. No, I make fun of it, but I've got nothing against durian. I think it's, God put spikes on it and made it smell like shit. Well, go on, eat it. But anyway, but yeah, I have eaten durian. I actually do like the durian fry chips. Those slice, like they do them like crisps chips.
The dried chips.
Yeah. They're actually quite yummy because the smell's gone and the taste is there.
Yeah, well, you got to open the bag and walk away for about half an hour because it gets trapped in the bag. But after that, they're fine to eat.
Yeah, all the little ins and outs of lifestyle in Thailand. Oh yes, such is life. But it's a pretty good rain this weekend. This week.
Oh yeah, it rained all the way down the 7 when I was coming
I
down.
forgot. We're going to get no rain. We're going to get no rain. He's going to turn to a charm now that you've moved down there.
Yeah. Well,
Todd's a rain god, by the way.
Apparently. Apparently, everywhere I go, if I do something, it rains.
Was it rain there this morning? Rained last
night. Rained yesterday, and it rained all night when I moved down. So
there you go. He's a rain god. It hasn't stopped raining here. Jen, how you doing?
I'm coming, Mayor Groves. Mayor Groves has put the angry faces on. He got no rain.
Oh.
We get in the gang together, so we've got Todd down in Bang Cham, we've got Mark in Rayon, we've got Boston over in John TM. We've got to organise a bike ride, right, down to Cham.
What's this idea of moving, Todd?
I'm getting back into the flying, and the nearest airfield to get that sorted is south of Jontiem, and to get down from where I was in Sai Ha, it was like planning an expedition away, and then I'd get down here, and as Wazza says, the rain god kicks in, and it rains, and I miss out on 1 or 2 flights, and then I've got to come all the way back. And then I did have a place down here because it was actually cheaper than staying at the hotel all the time. So I made the deed to get everything sorted, just move down, just go bang, 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 and look at doing something else afterwards. So
how much did it cost to do the move? Okay, you got some value now. So you'll see the video coming out in a few days of what he had to move, so you get an idea. I probably got some images of floating images here.
You took some stills, yeah.
I took some stills there.
Was a gabby shit. I arrived with 2 bags and leave with a bloody a 4-wheel truck to take everything away. So
yes, that was the pitch. That was the stuff that was in the dining room.
The lounge area. Dining room. Yeah.
The chairs had already moved out of the dining room. The TVs. That was the truck that they were moving. The lounges and all, because they hadn't even started upstairs when I moseyed it along.
Yeah. Yes. How long you'd been there for?
18 months.
18 months.
He arrived with 2 suitcases.
Yeah.
And that's what he's moved.
Order.
I just, you need to have some sort of comforts. I mean, it wasn't a decked out pad. I mean, I just had my sofa, my dining table, but the most important stuff was the office with the computer gear. I mean,
He took that down.
And the bike, of course.
He carried the computer down in a car, so it would get less bumps. But yeah, so it was a funny, a busy day. So how much?
The move was 10,000 baht.
Oh,
So-
God, I wish that was the same here.
Okay,
Yeah.
for the uneducated, I
Yeah.
get a calculator out on it. No. We don't want to do rubles. We want to do Australian dollars, and we want to do a conversion.
Yeah, catch
10,000.
you later, Mark.
You off again, are you, Mark? Okay.
Yeah, he's got to go to Garden World. Rowan Arm wants to get some more trees. She's into
Okay.
gardening.
$422
Yeah.
at current rates.
Wow.
That's the guys, the truck.
Just under 50,000 baht here to move 3 kilometres.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I reckon I paid about $6,000 to move from northern New South Wales to South Australia.
And there was 3 lads here doing the job.
That was the container.
Yeah. Well, 5 actually turned up.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, the owner turned up as
Oh,
well
okay.
with his wife. His wife packed up all the crockery and cutlery for me, and he helped with some of the big stuff. And this is a company that Mayor Groves recommended. So Mayor Groves has used them a few times, and I mean, they turned up. They were a little bit late, but as you say, Thai time is Thai time. So, but
Yes.
it took longer than what I thought. So they finally wrapped things up at 2:30 in the morning yesterday morning. So yeah, it was a rather long day.
Oh, I'm trying to
Man.
get back to that one. Trying to
But,
see if I can
yeah.
see the.
Oh, very good. Well, fair enough. It's no point wasting all that time, is it?
No. So I think they're called Rock.
Yeah,
Rock
it's just this
Transport.
rock
But the,
transport. I was just looking for a website. I get a website, but no.
Yeah, so the actual Facebook site is Tong Transport. Kun Tong is the owner. It was really nice and made sure everything was rocking and rolling. It's just sort of went from 5 people to 3 people to unload, so I think that's why it took a little bit longer.
And Malcolm says, and half your stuff in Australia will arrive broken. Anything broken? No.
The only thing is it's missing 2 screws for the
The wardrobe.
bracket for the TV.
Okay.
No, 2 screws, and that's it. And I've already got replacements for those screws. So, and they were like, what, all of 10 baht each for a screw.
10 baht?
Whoa.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Really?
How did you afford that?
Well, I had some good removalists that weren't that expensive.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Brand said, yeah, I moved now. Yeah, I got down to Bang Chung yesterday, Chris. So there's boxes around me. I don't have the computer set up. I'm hotspotting to my laptop at the moment, so hopefully I'm not lagging too much.
No, it's all
Yeah.
in sync. Yeah. So the person was asking me about streaming. Well, he's streaming video at 720p, I think.
Yeah, I'm 720, I think. Yeah.
For some reason, it's not actually giving me how much, but anyway, usually does. But anyway, yeah. So streaming is not a problem, on 4G if you've got a clean service. It might be a bit hard in the centre of the city where it's all shared, and how saturated the link is.
Well, yeah, just on that, last time I was down here, what were we playing? We were playing, was it?
You were
can't
Red
remember.
Dead.
Red Dead Redemption, which
Yeah.
is a fair, and that was Red Dead Online. It wasn't the actual hard drive based, and I was streaming to Discord at the same time and wasn't having any issues with
No,
that.
it was
So
running fine. Yeah. Todd, did you have 12 months lease in Bangkok? Did you break it and have to pay a penalty? That's a good question.
very good question. To the Thai law, after 6 months of your contract, you're allowed to give a 2-month notice, and that contract is annulled. And 9 times out of 10, you don't get your
Bond back.
bond back. That's just. But I was really lucky. I had some really good owners, and I did make some improvements to the house while I was there to make it comfortable. And they've gone, all you need to do is just cover the cost of a clean and service of the air conditioners, and you get your bond back. So
Yeah.
um,
Worked out
but
quite well.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so No, well, I haven't got it back yet because I've only just moved and all that sort of stuff, and they've got to check on the house. But I was not a houser, so to speak, if that's the right term. Everything was all laid out, and I'm a tidy guy, so they never had any issues when they came for an inspection. So I don't think I'll have any problems with it.
Yeah, it does. It's very much dependent on the relationship you've got. I've heard of some stories, but then you go and you look at the person telling the story, and you go on, just listening to you, I can see you've been fifth wheel in the discussion and caused the problems yourself anyway. Some people just bring it on. There's always a smooth path you can take down the middle. But people just.
The path of least resistance is always the best way to go. So
yeah, but that's life.
Yeah. So it's a new adventure, but at least as Wazza and I were chatting the other day, it's another destination to do the bikes. I've got one of the local guys here that Mark introduced me. He's got a big bike as well, and he's going to make a map for me where all the trails are that they do around this area. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm sure breaking a leash in the city would, yeah. Again, it's the relationship you've got. But like I said, all the ones I've had problems with, or heard of problems, has always been city-bound or patio-based. I haven't heard any, but like the amount of people I know elsewhere who are moving and breaking leases is very, very sort of scarce. I know when sort of Bob moved from Rangsit in his little private estate up there, which is very upper middle class, not an issue whatsoever, But it's just the people, But he's ex-military, he's ex-general military, high up, Foreigner Joe level type military, he just knows his stuff. They weren't going to give him a problem. But yeah, it does. But again, if you're a slob and the house is dirty and everything else, again, it might cost $5,000 to $10,000 to clean the house and get rid of the smoke smells because you smoked inside and things like that. It's the way it works. You just got to look at it. What goes around comes around. I always look at it that way. Hi guys, is there a risk of renting a furnished apartment or unreal wear and tear? Well, the ones I've come across was in the 3 times we've had houses rented here in 15 years. They've all been above board. Mind you, it's Chanya doing the renting. You see, I'm only there, paying the bill. So. You know how it works. I'd rather pay rent here than I'll rent in Australia. Come on.
Oh, you're bloody wrong.
But yeah, so it's never been a problem for us. And like that 3rd time we moved, like the balcony upstairs from our bedroom, it had actually got water damage because the water comes in and it didn't drain properly, and the concrete was 10 years old and started leaking and everything else into the bottom covered area. We had somebody come around, during the course and just patch it up, and it really looked just patched up, not really good at all, and when we took the air conditioning down, we left the holes in the walls and everything up. Wasn't a problem. Mind you, that that estate would probably be 25 years old, It's an old house. They didn't care too much. It was clean, just, water stains and holes in the walls and shit. No loss in bond there. But it really depends on the relationship. We'd been in that house for 6 years. The only reason why we moved is she wanted her own place. We're paying 9,000 baht a month for rent to somebody else. We just did the numbers. I said I'd rather sort of give you an asset that you can bequeath to family when you die, or whatever. I'll pay the rent. I'll pay the mortgage. Works for me. Yeah. I don't know why more people don't think about that way. If you got kicked out of the country, right, because the junta said all foreigners out of the country, it's very unlikely to happen, but that's the example I always use. What do? If you bought the house, if you're 50% owner of the house, you've got fucking no chance of doing anything about it. Mind you, okay, I'm sorry, darling, but they've just kicked me out of the country. I'll try to support you, but let's see if we can get you to Australia. That would be my attitude, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Carry on, thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. But yeah, so it really life is about how you, what's the word? How you tackle it. You know, if you tackle it with good intentions, it will generally pay you well. If you want to have an issue with life, then it's going to kick you in the ass. It's just this equalising equation that, you know.
It's like the place we're currently renting at the moment, that we have no issues because I said to them, we treat it like it's our house.
Yeah.
As far as we're concerned, it's our house. And the last thing I want to come home to is a filthy, disgusting, run-down place. So you treat it like you would your own place.
Yeah, when we went to England the first time in '75, we rented our house for 3 years. Right, we came back. The outer ground pool was destroyed. The backyard was a fucking rubbish dump. The garage was a fucking mess. The house was fucking falling apart. Right, okay, they didn't get their bond back. Right, but it cost my old man like sort of, $15,000 to fix the house up. You know, and back then you didn't have little fucking, the rental fucking agreement boards that'll fucking step in and say, hey! No, back then you had fucking no fucking, unless of course you took them to court yourself on a civil case, you had no chance, or very little chance. And then of course, and then when the divorce went through, then the family split up, and we rented the house out again. I think once bitten, twice shy. This is 2 years after we got back. This is like 1980. And he rents it out again. He comes back, the house is trashed again. But that was only for 12 months, people ask me why I didn't rent the house in Australia and come to Thailand. I said, because I'm moving to Thailand. I don't want to think about Australia. Who's going to support me over there if I'm not in the country,
And you don't want the hassle with a place here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky in that respect because I've got Kimbo, my
Kimbo.
brother, he's in my house, and I've got my mum in my other house. So, and as Chris Brand said, finding good tenants is an issue because I think I spoke about it last year on the stream. I actually sold another property I had, but the tenants I had there, I had to take them to the tribunal to get them out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh God.
I think I spent something like 14,000 on fixing up the house before it was even presentable to a real estate agent for them to tell me what needs to be done to sort of zhush it for the sale market. So yeah.
And one of the problems is, of course, tenants have all the they have all the rights.
You have all the rights now. Yeah.
Don't have any rights anymore.
Yeah. Wazza sort of helped me through it, but that was sort of like a stressful trying to kick the tenants out. It was just really weird. But before that, I was lucky having tenants.
And the law system, I was watching you go through that, and the law system, they're erring on the caution of the tenant as being the victim here. The tenant was the victim. What?
Yeah. Very strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what? I'm an old fart, and is that the wokeism coming in?
It's just woke. It's just wokeism. Yeah. It's just. Look at the numbers on this new platform that Facebook have released, the competition to Twitter. What a joke that is! What a joke! What a joke that is! And you can't delete it. If you put it on your phone, you can't delete it. It'll delete Instagram as well.
Well, that wouldn't be a big loss, would it?
No, well, I do post some pictures on Instagram every so often. But seriously, I have nothing wrong with Twitter. Actually, Twitter seems to be running better now that all the crap's all over and done with, and the people who like Twitter are on Twitter. My feed, I've got my feed working properly now. So, it took a while. It took about maybe 2 weeks to get the news coming through and not all the fucking bullshit, Bossa Nova, I sold one of my properties and put the money into the Trove Finance, earning 7.5 better than renting. Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, so you intend to be over here with a rental property in Australia, do you, boss? That's a good question. So he's probably going to go through sort of similar problems of most of the expats over here with the rentals.
The biggest hassle with the rental is it's trying to get a real estate. Okay, they take money, but that treats it as if it was their place and not just don't give a crap about it. And that's the worst part. They're happy to take your money, but they don't really want to keep an eye on it. And then when they do fix things, they do the least amount of effort, and they don't care how much it costs to get it done. And it just wastes your money.
Yep.
Like we've rented before, and I'd be, I don't know, I'd be very scared to rent it at one of our places out again. So.
It is the way it goes, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's just something in our education system broke down about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Chris Brand.
Victor, is a condo really an investment if it does not appreciate? Oh, well, I have an opinion about that. I say no. Unless, of course, you're talking about some of the really, really prestigious investments. They're 20 million plus. And they will hold their value, market value, but the typical, boxes that they're throwing up there for the Chinese investors, the 30 square meter boxes, no, they don't appreciate in value because there's too many.
Yeah, they're just pretty stagnant. They do. What is it? They go down.
Yeah,
that's the words.
Mind you, again, the other side of the flip side is the housing property. The housing market seems to be looking pretty good now. The amount of freaking moo barns we're seeing thrown up this area is just getting ridiculous. Sayahar is getting busy. Peak hour is hard to get out. The your Frogger run. That's one thing you have to do.
You don't have to worry about that now. Doing the 6 lanes of traffic to go across the mini sea. I've got a 7 just up in front of the moo barn here, so I can just walk up in front of the moo barn.
Now I'm jealous. My nearest 7-Eleven, no joke, is 2.1 kilometres away. The second nearest is 2.2 kilometres away, and the third nearest is 2.3 kilometres away. I'm smack back right in the centre of Nullville here. There is a mum and dad shop just out the front of the soy, so in front of the moo barn. And he does beer, which makes Todd and me happy.
Well, that's even better.
But that's about all. Yeah. But milk for your coffee. Sorry, he's only got carnation milk in the fridge there. No, carnation your coffee. Yuck.
So where you are, Todd, how big is that?
The moo barn or the township?
The township where you are.
No, I don't want to put a number out there. I'm not confident in, mate. But it's not a big area. It is country Thailand. So
it's between one person and 50 billion. So okay.
Oh, mate, all right. I will get and Marky Mark's gone. Marky Mark will probably know because Marky Mark's the mayor of Bang Chung. We've got the mayor of Cha'am and the mayor of Bang Chung. I'd say it's probably about 20 or 30, mate. 20 or 30,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can't be very big because the airport's only got one runway.
Oh no, that's different airfield. Yeah. No, we've got Utapal.
And it's glass.
and it's really short.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's for light aircraft. It's it's a private airfield, so it's not a commercial airfield. So, yeah.
50,000 in the province, apparently.
Okay. Well, I wasn't far off. But it spreads out. You've got Pala Beach, and you've got a couple of beaches, and then it heads down to Koh Samet, and Koh Chang is further around towards Laos. And
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so boss sort of said he's going to rent to a friend and then think about selling later, so that's a good idea. As long as you've got somebody that you can feel that they're going to be playing the game properly, then it's all good. But yeah, so many people have got a different game in their head. Yeah, Robert, massive condo surplus in Thailand at the moment, yeah. Especially in Bangkok, Bangkok and surrounding areas.
And the other thing to consider with condos is there's only allowed 49% foreign ownership. in regards to that actual complex. So if it's sort of owned more than that, it's illegal for you to actually buy the condo because they can only sell, well, they're meant to only sell a certain amount to foreigners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was something I did look into before I came over. I did the research on it to see, because I mean I'm old-fashioned where in my head renting is lost money because you're paying someone else's investment. So I was brought up, okay, get your real estate for yourself because you're investing in your future. So going from that to the renting mindset again has been a difficult thing. But foreigners can't own houses here unless you've got a Thai partner. So I think I'll be in the renting situation. But the two places I've stayed at, I've been very lucky, and as Wazza said, he's had good rentals too. So,
well, there were some articles this week coming out of Phuket, I think it was, about foreigners being swindled by shonky agents, where they're putting down deposits for houses and land with fake documents. This is suddenly become an issue this week. I've just seen a few articles about that. I don't know whether the governmental issues are just taking, like, look over here, there's a problem over here, let that problem not as important, But yeah, so that's a crackdown on shonky real estate agents. Really, just get a fucking lawyer, a good lawyer. There is some good representation lawyers here. There's lawyers for expats here in Thailand. There's a few others. I got a few links in my contact folder if I ever needed something. But yeah, get a good lawyer is really the thing. And if you need some numbers, then you'll find them on Facebook, or hit me up. I'll see if I can help you find something. But yeah, get a lawyer to look at the paperwork and make sure they're a reputable lawyer. That's the real key. Don't sign anything.
Get a real good one.
Don't sign anything. Chris says, few pitfalls to consider buying a condo in Thailand. My mate of mine there was a car on fire in the basement car park. Every resident had to pay to repaint the whole car park.
Underneath the condo complex, I think, was it, Chris?
Yeah.
That's body stuff, probably.
But shouldn't their insurance pay for that? Yeah.
Well, if the car didn't have insurance, of course it wouldn't be covered.
That's one of the things you've got to watch. That's a pitfall here in insurance. It's not so much the fact that Thais don't pay insurance. Thais don't get told about when their car registration insurance is due. You've got to remember. Weird shit. Is that saving on postage or what? Or is it just the transient nature of the workforce in Thailand? Can never put an answer to that one.
Well, I think it'd be a fact that some of the vehicles on the road aren't registered, and some of the drivers aren't licensed. So.
No,
I'm just taking a step in the dark there.
No.
But, if you drive careful, like touch wood here. I haven't had an accident here yet. I've been in an accident where a taxi driver got run up the arse by a motorcycle, looking at where he's going on the phone, one-handed. It was all on the dash cam footage, just dumb fucking rider just plowing the back of the fucking taxi, you dumb shit. And I had to pay a second meter flag fall to get the new taxi. Sorry, I shouldn't have had to pay the first one. You crashed. I should get out and get a taxi just free of charge because you didn't take me to my destination, you prick. But that doesn't work over here in Thailand that way. I just still have paid. Such is life.
Yes, it is a different world.
Yeah, it is. It is a different world. You get used to it. If you don't take Thailand with a smile, land of smiles, we call it land of smiles. If you don't have a smile about everything that happens in Thailand, you're not going to like it. That's it. Yeah. Land of smiles. Come with a smile already fixed, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the mistakes people make, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They expect the same. Country. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 I wonder why people get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. You can't do it. What's the old saying? When in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was actually speaking to Marky Mark about that this morning because he's got his visa renewal. And the person that was helping him out in the immigration office was narky to start off with. And then she warmed up once she realised that Mark had paperwork sorted and Rowan was speaking Thai and helping it out. And even Rowan said that this lady was like really angry. And I said, well, in perspective, you look at the average person that comes for a visit, and I'm saying comes for a visit, doesn't come to stay, that stuffs up, goes in there with an attitude, fix it now, I want to stay another 30 days, blah, 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 blah.
Because
And
I'm important.
Yeah, I'm a farang, you've got to help me. And I was sort of talking with Mark about it, and then all of a sudden someone comes along that sort of has their shit in a basket and they go, oh, okay, and then they lighten up and realise it's not going to be hell on earth to solve their issues. But if you go in there with the attitude, okay, I've done the best I can, I may be short of something, please tell me what I'm short of, and I will fix it for you. They sort of go, okay, I don't have to fix all the problems, he will fix it for me, I just need to let him know what he needs to do. And to me, that's common sense, but I don't think a lot of people think that way.
And on the subject of when in Thailand do what the Thais do, don't eat the fried scorpions. Don't eat the fried scorpions. I'm sorry, don't eat the fried scorpions. Now, not that I've eaten the fried scorpion, a very good friend of mine has, and he was sick for 3 days. And if you're over here for two weeks, you do not want food poisoning for 3 days when you've got 2 week junket over here. It really spoils it, yeah. So just be careful about some of the food you eat in Thailand, because your stomach might not like it. But yeah, what can we say? Yeah, they look really yummy on those sticks. Not.
No, they're not satay moo. They're not satay guy. They're not satay nua.
And the fried spiders. Oh my God! Honestly, that is just something I could never eat. Look, I would starve to death before I ate a fried spider. I would seriously starve to death before I ate a spider.
A lot of protein was.
Oh, don't start with just the hairy bits on the ends. That's
I've had it, but it was really spicy.
That's calcium.
Calcium.
You get protein from the body and you get calcium from the hairs.
Yes, Robert. Fried scorpions are delicious with a cold chung. I don't like chung either.
Oh no.
Oh, really? What do we got? It's 57 minutes. Okay, it's time for us to wrap it up. Okay. We're going to go and I'm going to jump over to Kick next and start flying with my friends. And generally streaming, 4 p.m., 3 hours, so it's 1 p.m.
Yeah, about 2 hours from now, roughly.
So we'll get a bit game going and then we'll swap over to Jen's stream.
Roughly. Thereabouts.
Give or take a bit.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone know anything about bringing pets over to Thailand from Australia for Boss? It can be done. They've just got to go through the quarantine, travelling to every other country.
6 weeks or something like that.
I think it's a bit easier going there than it is coming back. But,
coming back into Australia, yeah.
Well, it's a shocker.
Rabies shots. Make sure you get your rabies. Dogs had your rabies shots, or at least the history of rabies shots, because that won't happen in Australia. So I would suggest get a rabies vaccination now, and because I think you can do them every 6 months, can't you? So if you get a couple of history rabies shots, it gets them in easier. Because they've got an immunity. But yeah, there's a few things. Dengue fever is another thing. Doesn't affect dogs, I don't think, but another thing that's on the rise here in Thailand at the moment.
Dengue fever,
yeah. What else I missed? I don't even know anything about bringing that. Pets, dried fruit. I'm not going to eat spiders. I'm sorry. Any news about the girls and soy liver? Spider tastes like Have a good weekend. Yeah. Okay, Kieran. Thanks for the sub and all that sort of stuff. And we'll catch up with you next Saturday. We're bouncing over to Kick. I need to give you a Kick address, don't I? If you want to join us. Where's the buttons? Oh my God, too many fucking buttons.
What are you doing,
I
Wazza?
just got too many buttons. Yeah, so
Oh, man.
there we go.
Oh, it's just-
Yeah, so we're going over here next. So give us 5 minutes to get it all set up. This was a moving week. So sorry I have come in late. That's all right, David. Yes, it's a moving week for everybody. Todd's been moving. Somebody else is moving next week.
Yeah, I'm about to move.
You're about to move, and yeah.
I've moved.
Todd was the charging of the light brigade. He started the movement.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, we're out of here. We'll catch up with you next week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you. Well,
Hey, everyone.
same bat time, same bat channel. Let me find my getting out of here, closing screen. There we
You know
go.
what you're doing there, Wazza?
I think so. Yep. We're going to play the music out of here. Look out of here.
Oh, play that music.
I realise why I'm no good at Kick or Twitch. I'm just not good. That's it.
Play that music, my boy.
That's what's happening.
Can't hear the music. Oh, that's right. I got it muted.
Got to mute it. Yes, that's
That
right.
explains it all.